What's up, guys? Nick here with Chain Hand Gaming. I want to talk to you today about Illuvium. What's been going on with the price, what's going on with the open beta, what's going on with the land sale, all of the important stuff. At the end, I think I'm going to throw in a little bit of speculation about what I think the returns on some of the land might end up being. So be sure to stay tuned for that. Alright guys, let's start straight away with the price and what's been going on with the price action since the announcement of the land sale that was way back here. So you can see we were floating between 1,200 and 1,000 before they announced the land sale, and the previous months before that it was at a steady uptrend. I'll just show it real quick. So that's the previous months leading up to the land sale. It was doing really well. They're getting a lot of exposure and a lot of traction, and I was really impressed with their growth. And then when they announced the land sale, they just had this explosive growth from around 1,000 up to 1,800 in, what was that, 2 days? Yeah, 2 days or so. So I mean, that's just amazing. Then of course some people took some profits. There's a little bit of a pullback, which is to be expected, and it's a smart thing to do. But then I think they came out with the proposal for the land around the 27th, and then you can see there was another pump there when people saw what the land was going to cost and what the land was going to produce as far as the tiers go. So shortly after that was the SILV hack and the Discord hack, and then there was a huge dump, and you can see all the way going down here. It's had a constant downtrend till about a week or two ago when the market started to correct a little bit. But that is basically because nobody's been able to add any ILV to their staking protocol, and nobody's been able to claim rewards, and so they shut down the unofficial SILV pool. And one thing that the co-founder Kieran has said is that he will be personally reimbursing anybody that lost money on that unofficial pool, which is something he absolutely didn't have to do, but it just goes to show you the commitment that this team has and the founders. I mean, it's amazing. I've heard of a lot of different hacks happening, and this is the first time I've heard of somebody taking money out of their own pocket to keep good rapport with their project, and to just be accountable for that. I mean, it was $1.5 million he's covering personally, and so this is a big deal, and that's something to consider when it comes to a project like this scale. It's one of the best new projects coming up, and you know, they don't want people to lose faith in them. But you really got to ask yourself, you know, no matter what you do in this world, would you pay $1.5 million to be able to keep doing it? Like, do you believe in what you're doing that much? And being able to make it back or whatever, that's another story. But just the fact that he's putting that forth, I mean, there is a lot of big companies out there that would never, ever in a million years do that, or do that to their, you know, shareholders. So that's something to keep in mind when it comes to Illuvium, is that these guys are super transparent. They want the best for their community. That's something, a lot of projects do have teams like that, but I really feel like Illuvium goes the extra step, and they just do whatever they can to let the community know what's going on. So I really appreciate that about those guys. But moving on. Alright, so those are a few of the things that have been impacting the price and things like that. But let's talk about some of the stuff that Illuvium has going for it. I got the trailer playing in the background here. As you can see, they just have absolutely amazing graphics. They've built a team of up around 150 people, I think they said, and they just are doing some really great work. I am so excited to play this game. Now it is an auto battler, and some people don't like that aspect, but I've played auto battlers like AFK Arena, and there's actually a nice element of skill involved in auto battlers, and but besides that, I think there will be a lot of gameplay in Illuvium that isn't auto battler. The whole overworld that you can explore is all going to have an element of skill to it when you're trying to get to these Illuvitars or Illuvials, that's what they're called, to capture them. I think there will be an element of skill. There'll be a lot of discovery. There'll be a lot of roaming around the maps. As you can see, this is the gameplay trailer that is just amazing. I love it. But so what about the closed beta? Are you going to be able to play the closed beta? They've said that they are going to start out the closed beta with 500 people, and that they are going to expand it up to 10,000 people potentially. So there is a chance that you could get in there if you applied, and if you didn't apply, I think you can still apply in their Discord. I'll put a link in the description to their Discord. But they have also said that they had 100,000 people apply to play their beta. So that is huge. 100,000 people want to play this game before they can even earn with it. And so that's another detail about the beta, is that they have said that there won't be any earning in the beta, and basically your reward is that you get to play the game. I mean, look at how awesome this game looks. It looks just sick. But so let's see. Out of the other good things they got going here in the very near future, they got that land sale coming up, and so we all saw the price impact that the first announcement had on the land sale. And I can't wait to see what the price ends up being when the actual launch is. But this game is all fair launch. Nobody's going to start with any gear that's better than anybody else's. So if you've been involved in any play to earn releases when they first come out, you'll know that there's usually a spike in the worth of the low level stuff. And so if you're the first guy to get a level 2 something, and you're the first guy to put them on the market, you're going to be able to charge a lot more because it's the only one on the market. And, well, depending on how long it takes to get and things like that. But, alright. Wanted to switch over to this other bonus gameplay footage they got here, so you guys could see some of the gameplay. But anyway, some of the things they got going are pretty big. They got avatars coming up, which are just going to be profile pictures. But if you know anything about the NFT world, like, profile pictures are one of the bigger projects, the more easily popular projects. Everybody loves profile pictures. Twitter has little blue check marks, so you know they check and make sure that that stuff's legit now. They check your wallet. But the collectability is going to be insane with these alluvials. It's just going to be so cool. These guys are super transparent. They have a DAO going, and so there's a council that votes on changes to the game. In one of the interviews, I actually heard Kieran say that, you know, if everybody in the community had voted to make Illuvium a dating app, that they would have to do that. And, you know, it's kind of cringeworthy to think about that. But it's really cool that the owners are willing to put this much work into a project and then basically hand it over to the community and say, look, guys, we want to do what you guys want with this. You know, everybody's going to get a say. All the ILV holders have a say. And so that's really cool that they did that. They have a huge team. Their accountability is just through the roof. You know, they own all their mistakes. They try to improve all the time. They try to get all the little tiny things in there right. And it's just really exciting to see a AAA game like this come to fruition and be almost ready to play. I'm so excited for it. Alright, so before I wrap it up, I want to get into my speculations on what I think the land might be able to produce as far as resources and a return on your investment. So there's 5 tiers of land. I'm not going to talk about tier 5 land because that's for rich people and VC firms and stuff like that. But we can talk about the other 4 tiers. I'll tell you some numbers and I'll tell you why I think it'll be that way, first of all. But let me start with just what I think the different tiers are going to make in revenue. So tier 4, the math I came up with was it could make around $460 per day. Tier 3, you're looking at $143 a day. Tier 2, $39 a day, and tier 1 is $8 a day. Now this is all just speculation from me, from my numbers, and I'll tell you how I got those numbers. So I'm basing those numbers on something the developers have said, the co-founders. I think Kieran said it in one of his interviews. He said their target that they want to have for their revenue distribution for landholders is 5% of market sales daily. So 5%. Now if they have 500,000 players, they have 100,000 signed up for the beta. So if they have 500,000 players, which is very achievable, spending $40 a day, which is, I think that number I'm getting is from, I think that's what it'll take to, on average, to capture and cure an alluvial with your travel fee, your shard fee, and different things like that. So $40 a day times 500,000 players is $20 million. 5% of that is $1 million a day being redistributed. So how did I come up with the numbers for the different tiers? Well, tier 4, I basically put 40% of the revenue towards. Tier 3 is 30%. Tier 2 is 20%, and tier 1 is 10% of that. So that's how I came up with those numbers. Of course, that is just a guess. I could be way off, but I have a feeling that the ratios will be close. There might be, you know, up to a 10% sway on any of them one way or another. It's really hard to tell, but that's great revenue distribution. I mean, that's one of the best investments you're looking at in this space right now. So if you're invested in Illuvium, then good for you. If not, definitely look into it. I will put a link to their website in the description, and I will catch you on the next one. Thanks for tuning in, guys.